Well, it's a new month and we have a new cutting die and our delightful dimensionals. It is called Seashore, and you can see, and you can use it with the dimensionals like this. In fact, we have something special. In fact, on the back, there's a boat and it says push on the boat. And when I do that, we have a lighthouse. Isn't that fun? Okay, please come play with us. Before I get into the projects, I just want to do a little bit with the basic crosshatch. And this has 4 dies, as you can see. You're going to cut 1 of this, this, and then 3 of this. On the back, as always, there are instructions, written instructions and illustrations to get to that basic piece. And here's kind of what it looks like. In fact, there are slots in these, and that's how they are held together. So you just insert everything and then you decorate. And this is going to be flat when it's mailed. They will fit, by the way, in our number 10 envelopes, as you can see. So that's going to work nicely. And they will pop up when you have them at the recipient. So let's look at Seashore. And Seashore has 12 cutting dies. And as you can see, we're all about lighthouses and the ocean. And there is a sample on the back, and that is the sample that I am showing you. We'll get in closer to see. This is using at the shore paper. So it gives you that scenery in the back, and then our lighthouse, the seagulls, the sailing boat. And then we also have grasses and we have boulders, and then thinking of you. And I thought it was really nice as Debbie used the same on the back. And as I showed you, we did one of the cutouts, and Debbie used the One Light apparatus. Now this has 2 pieces in it, and all you do, it's so neat. All you do is take this piece, insert this into it, and then you press. There you go, just like that. You do want to attach this, obviously, to your project, and it's good to go. So that is very neat, and I thought it was fun. So birthday cakes, fireplaces, and lighthouses are just some of the things that you can do. Again, this is going to fold flat to mail, and then you simply do this. Okay, let's see what else Debbie has done. Here is our second card. Now on the first one, she had the thinking of you on the second layer. Here, she has popped it in the front, and she's got all the grasses, which she's termed brown, boulders, and then these kind of look funny, don't they? Well, she's used them as clouds. They were meant to be the ocean, but look, you can do double duty, which is very, very clever. In fact, she even put some of the boulders back here. And that works nicely. So the boulders are right there, the grasses, the clouds and water, seagulls, the words, the lighthouse, and the boat are all right there. Now, in this case, Debbie used the botanical library. Now, that is probably not one that you would think of, but she knows that it has that wonderful brown stripe in it. She used the 6x6 collection. And then she, of course, had to use the solids because she needed to do the tan and the white and brown and so forth. She did do some inking, and in this case, she used 3. Now, obviously, on the water, she used the Prussian blue Prism ink pad. And on the grasses that she kind of turned brown, she used mustard. And khaki is on the edges of her boulders. So that worked nicely. Now, to get a little bit more into her boat, she did use a dark red. You can see that flag. And then she also used the ice gray to kind of on her boat. Now that has been, the sales have been out of patterned paper, out of the Botanical Library. The Thinking of You obviously is out of the solid. So it's fun that you can create whatever scene you want. Now in this case, she didn't use a lighthouse, so that worked nicely. I also love what she did on the back. In fact, that's where our lighthouse is. And in adding simple joys, that comes from our tiny words and phrases. Now this is primary colors because she's got the brown one. And there's her lighthouse, this time sadly without a light, but isn't that pretty? And I thought it's just also another way to look at Botanical Library, isn't it? Okay, we'll scoot that aside now for something very different. This is our next card. And look at this. How fun, very starry night. And she's got the boat in the front, more of the water. You can see how that water really helps because it kind of defines what's going on. She's got the boulders and the grasses in the back. And this was done with the mystic moon. And isn't that pretty how you get that background, that midnight sky? Now she also, and this is the 6x6, she also used the die cuts Mystic Moon, and that's where you get the Make-A-Wish and the Happy Birthday that has been foam taped on top. Now, are you seeing those stars? Well, that is with our Stars Dazzles. Now, these have been reordered. So even though right now there aren't any in stock, leave your email address and we will get them to you as soon as they arrive, which will be shortly. In one package, you get a sheet of gold and a sheet of silver. So hopefully you can see that that's silver and gold. And there are hundreds, so you're going to have tons and tons. So I thought that was really fun. It's nice to know that you can get such a big die cut on it. And then on the back, she also has more of the boulders, and you outshine them all, more of the dazzles. Very pretty. Okay, our last is a flat card. And I think this really shows what's on those boulders because those boulders have debossed areas and it really looks bouldery. So you do want to use the ink pads on that. That will work well. And we also have, in fact, this is using, again, so probably a set you wouldn't think of by the title, Wildflowers and Wildlife. But what she's done very cleverly is used the flowers around it. That was a 6x6, by the way. And then, of course, she used the Wildflowers and Wildlife solid cardstock. And that's where you get thinking of you, her lighthouse right there, and the boat sailing off. Now, I thought this was really clever, too. You see those waves? Well, again, these are the thin line dazzles. And there's a little scallop, and look how clever that is. It just really gives the look of water. And this is the thin line colorful dazzles. So there's lots of different colors in that package, and she used several of them to create her waves. I also like that on her seagulls. I think in the others, they were just a solid color, but look how she has done them out of a gray and then tipped them with a blue. So that looks really nice, again, using that Prussian blue. On the inside, she's simply done another part of that same paper, done a couple of the cutouts, and used the sailboat more with the thin line dazzles and a boulder. And these are foam taped in place, so just works really nicely. And that's something that we really like about these dies, is that you can use them with the basic crosshatch, forget just a card that's going to be really fun and fun to receive, fun to send. And you can also use these on flat cards. You can use them on scrapbooking, on tags, anything you want. So Seashore is this month's release. And if you have our subscription, the free thing that you got was one each of the Mystic Moon 6x6 papers. So that if you wanted to, you would have that to make a moonlight sailing. If on the subscription, what happens is that every month you get 10% off. In fact, let me show you this. You get 10% off and you get a free gift. This month it was the Mystic Moon pattern cardstock. If you would like to join us for the Delightful Dimensionals, you might notice that each of them is by the season. So, of course, going into summer, we're talking about Seashore, and that will happen all year long. So that's really fun. And if you'd like to join us, please sign up. It's on the right-hand side of your screen, and we will get you started. And the first month, you will receive the basic crosshatch. Every other month, or the next month, you will receive the brand new die. So that's how that works. Speaking of, on the right-hand side of your screen, you will have the Money Saver this month, and we will send that off to you. It is the Seashore, and it is those sheets of Mystic Moon. Again, if you have the subscription, that was free. So that's how we do it. All of the cards are shown down below with the materials that Debbie used, and that makes it so simple. And if you are watching us on YouTube, please, we hope you'll leave a comment. We hope you like this, because there's nothing like it in the market, and it's really fun to have. And leave a comment, subscribe, we hope. Head on over to Paper Wishes. You can check out the products, that really neat one light, as well as see the materials and see photos of the projects. So that works nicely. I want to thank Debbie for, as always, doing a wonderfully creative job. And I want to thank you for being part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you next time.